contact center. It could be any vertical that has telecom spend, which is pretty much any company out there now.
Sure. Yeah. It could be retail, it could be healthcare,
Yep.
hospitals or services.
Hmm.
It could be financial, it could be real
Yep.
estate. Yeah. Anybody that's spending that kind of that uh, cost in
Mhm.
telecom invoices,
Yep.
they're likely getting overbilled and don't know it.
That is amazing. How simple you made the complex.
Yeah.
Um,
And,
you
I
know,
mean, yeah, it's definitely something that I'm passionate about because when you're able to solve a solution like that, and it just makes you feel good to say, hey, look at, we're yeah, some invoices we're only saving them, $20, but when you add $20 times, 5,000 invoices, it really adds up and over the years.
hmm
So, and I try to go after every penny that we can. So, um,
that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, we've gotten to the point of our conversation. I like to call it the speed round, and I do this with
okay,
everybody. So you've had well, first of all, are you ready?
sure.
All
I don't know
right.
how fast I'm going to talk, but
It's hey, I'm a New Englander at heart, so if I talk a little faster, it's all, bear with me.
okay.
Um, so as someone who has had a very successful professional career, and this is an important question to ask pretty much everybody. I'm particularly interested in learning about your thoughts on this. At this stage of my career, I wish I could go back in time and tell my younger self blank. And how would this have helped you navigate throughout your career?
Well, yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't think I saw myself developing an app and doing this at this point, but so it wasn't a dream. I was a little entrepreneurial as a younger person, but um, and well, I went to college back in the '70s, but I don't think anyone. I mean, when you were asked, and I've thought about this a lot, when you're asked, what do you want to do with your life when you're a teenager or in college, and you think about careers, and most people think, well, what makes me the most money?
Uh-huh.
And I would definitely say, and I had the same thoughts, but I would definitely say try not to chase money because you end up not being happy. And and man, happiness is a lot more than money. Although the lack of money can really cause you. But as long as you're in a career that could do you something. But and the other thing that I went back to think is that no one ever talked about stress in a job either. They didn't
Uh-huh.
say, how stressful is an air traffic controller because I thought about being that, and
Yeah.
and you don't understand the role of stress on your life. Being able to get called in the middle of the night and have to deal with stuff, or that's a something that I think I would absolutely say to myself as a younger, because I wanted to be a VP, I wanted to be a president. Well, you've got a lot of stress when you're the higher up you go, and you got
Mhm.
to take more calls and you got to make more decisions, and you're dealing with other people's lives, and
Yeah.
um, so it's that was one thing that clearly I didn't think about as I was younger that I would like to go back and say, and then finally as my younger self, I didn't certainly didn't coin the phrase, but I would say you want to find something that you're passionate about. Um,
Hmm.
and I'll say in my instance as well, I'm very passionate about golf, but I realize I can't make money at golf if you've ever seen me play. So that's kind of out as a career. But
Hmm.
uh, anyway, I I'm definitely still right at this point. I'm passionate about bear guard, so I'm fortunate in that I've been able to find something that in my career that I've been able to be passionate about and make money at and do. because it's such a good feeling to save money and do that for companies. So that's very good. And then finally, I will say for those that can't really make a living out of what they are passionate about at all,
Hmm.
I had a wise boss once tell me that find something that you're good at, that you like doing, um, and that someone else needs. And that
Mm.
if you can match those three things up as far as a career, I think
Hmm.
I think those are some good carrots to be successful on. And it's real important though when you think about it, because I really like smoked meats, but I
Uh-huh.
hate that process. So even if I'm good at it, I don't like doing it. So I wouldn't be a chef for a smoked meat thing because I don't like to wait 12 hours to I want to
Yes.
I want to cook something and eat it right then. So again, it just looks at what you want to do, and you got to be good at it, and you got to like it, and they've got
Yep.
to need it. And if you find and match those three things, I think that's good advice for a career.
It's funny, Bill. Passionate about golf. I just took up golf 7, 8 years ago. Um, and I think I probably suck today as much as I sucked back when I first picked up the golf clubs. I always tell people, I take the game as seriously as it takes me, which isn't very. So let's just have some fun with this.
Yeah.
And, let's see if we can lose as few balls as possible.
Well, I
Yeah.
I get a little passionate about it, and I'm not as easy about it. I do try to have fun, but
Yeah.
the better you get, the more you frustrated you are that you didn't shoot that best score every time, and think you should be
Exactly.
able to. But
Yeah.
um,
And it's definitely a fun release
yeah, I
most
do
of the
enjoy
time.
it. I enjoy it a lot. So
So we'll go from the stress of work and golf to what's your go-to tactic for unwinding after a stressful day? And I'm going to assume that it's probably not chipping and putting.
no, I don't do that. But although I could, but and most of the time. And I'm trying not to have a whole lot of stress in my life right now and not worry
Yep.
about the things I can't control. So I don't have a whole lot of stressful days, but for
Hmm.
those that do, I mean, I really enjoy, that time is it's like a clockwork to me where I would say, all right, and I'm, my wife and I get together and we'd say, well, where are we going to eat dinner? And we're going to go out
Hmm.
or we're going to sit here. And, I'm not the most open, chatty person about, um, emotions and things, but we could
Uh-huh.
certainly talk about golf, which she doesn't like to, or we can talk about bear guard and what's happened or business, and so we talk about things like that. So that's what I enjoy and look forward to most every night.
Excellent. That is awesome. Anytime you can just get out of your own head, um, and I mean that's always a plus. So
Um,
if someone wants to, generally pick your brain on what BearGuard does, what Bearstone as a whole, can do for them. Um, any of the other topics that we've talked about today, how could they contact you?
sure. Well, I'm on LinkedIn.
Excellent.
So yeah, if you go up and look at, I mean, I guess I don't know if we can publish that on this. Can I
Yeah, yeah,
publish?
we'll go ahead and I'll
All
tag
right.
you on this for sure.
All right. Or you can email me directly at bill@bearstonellc.com. I'll talk to you through there, or you could go to our website at bearstonellc.com. Any of those
Excellent.
three ways. So,
Fantastic. Well, Bill, it has been an absolute pleasure having this conversation with you, having coffee talk with you. And for anybody that's interested in learning more about Bearstone, definitely Bear Guard. I mean, if you're looking at other projects or other initiatives that your company um, needs to do this year, take a look at what's going on with your invoices today. Reach out to Bill. He'll get you set up, and let's see if we can go ahead and help you realize some savings with what you're spending today. so that you can afford the things that you need in the future as well. So,
Absolutely.
Bill, thank you so much for a great conversation. And hey, if you like this content, feel free to reach out to me. Like and subscribe, as my 7-year-old daughter says. Like and subscribe. We'll be on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube or follow us on LinkedIn. At brohawksolutions.com. And looking forward to getting a round of golf in with you at some point this year, Bill.
Absolutely, Mark. Thank you very much.
All
Appreciate it.
right. Thank you. You have a great day.
All right.